Live from WSLS, this is Virginia Today from 10 News, working for you.
A missing woman considered to be in extreme danger is found dead. The investigation into Lisa Henderson's death.
The Salvation Army Angel Tree has new rules for families who need presents at Christmas. The changes you could see. Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. We've made it to midweek. We thank you for waking up with us this morning. I'm Patrick McKee.
I'm Jenna Zibton. Starting out chilly, but not as bad as we've seen earlier this week.
Thank goodness for that. Give you a live look over the Roanoke Valley. Nice and calm here for us as we start off this Wednesday. Jonathan Kegas is back with us, helping you plan your day. So Jonathan, we've been getting a little warmer and a little warmer. Is that trend continuing?
It does continue, and it's going to continue in a big way, especially once we get into tomorrow and Friday. We'll talk much more about a big time, almost summer-like warm-up as we get ready to close out the work week. For now, as Jenna mentioned, it is cold, but it is all relative, especially with how March and the start of April have been. Temperatures for the most part now in the 30s and 40s. We do have a couple of 20s sprinkled across the board, but it is 42 in Roanoke. Good morning in Blacksburg. We are at 39. Lynchburg, we are checking in this morning at 38. So again, cool, but a whole lot of sunshine going to push temperatures back into the 60s today. Just a few clouds out there now. These are very, very thin. Sunshine is going to dominate once we get towards the second half of the morning and into the afternoon. Look at that. 48 by 11, 62 by 3, 70s tomorrow, maybe flirting with 80 degrees on Friday. We'll talk much more about these warmer days coming at 5:10. Finally, I have some good news for you guys.
In a story we're following here on 10 News, a 22-year-old woman last seen Thursday has now been found dead. Lisa Henderson's mother confirmed police are investigating this as a homicide. The Appomattox County Sheriff's Office says they found Lisa Henderson's body Tuesday afternoon in a wooded area in Campbell County. Investigators told her mother they have one person in custody and they are looking for other people. We have calls into police to get more information. As soon as we get updates, we'll bring you those on air and online at WSLS.com and the 10 News mobile app.
We're taking a closer look at the body camera footage from a deadly officer-involved shooting. Now, we do want to warn you, some of you may find this video disturbing. Danville Police Chief Scott Booth released the 8 minutes of body camera video. Officers say they were trying to arrest 25-year-old Juan Jones early Sunday morning for allegedly assaulting a woman. They say he would not comply with their commands, so they tried to tase him, which didn't work. In the video, you could see him turn to the officers and raise his hands in what appears to be a motion like raising a gun. 4 shots can then be heard on the video. The police chief says he hopes by sharing this video, outrage over the shooting will decrease.
The footage that we are showing was selected because it shows the footage that best depicts the incident from the viewpoint of that officer or officers that fired their weapon.
To watch the full video, you can head to our website, WSLS.com.
Happening today, the Florida man charged in the school shooting in Parkland is scheduled to be in court this afternoon. Nicholas Cruz has a hearing on his status where a judge will determine if he qualifies for a public defender. Cruz is charged with killing 17 students and staff members and hurting 17 others in February.
Happening today, lessons learned after a school tragedy is the topic of a training session. Law enforcement and school leaders from across the Commonwealth and Maryland will learn from people who have experienced or averted a campus tragedy. Speakers include a Virginia Tech survivor and first responder, a Maryland high school principal, and law enforcement.
Happening today, 2 of the 3 men charged with hurting a man in Lynchburg will be sentenced. Anthony Eagle testified that Dominique Sanders and Thomas Tanner and Jonathan Reynolds surrounded him as he walked on Forest Brook Road. He says they punched and kicked him. Saunders and Tanner pleaded guilty in January and will be sentenced today. Reynolds will be sentenced later this month.
A bond hearing takes place for the man accused of making threats against Congressman Bob Goodlatte. Christopher McGowan's charged with 1 count of making a threatening communication through interstate commerce. The U.S. Attorney's Office says McGowan sent several threatening tweets to Goodlatte.
New this morning, changes are coming to the Salvation Army Angel Tree program. New requirements are now in place.
This marks the first year for a money management course which parents must take if they want to sign their kids up for the program.
10 News reporter Erin Brookshire talked with the case manager. What can parents expect?
Well, the course is relatively quick. It's only about 2 hours and it's on the second Saturday of every month from now through October. But it's a course on money management that the Salvation Army hopes has a big benefit on the families taking part. Its goal is to give them the tools they need to understand where their money's going and to find new ways to save. Deborah Coburn leads the course and she says it's different than many other money management classes. She says many of the Angel Tree families don't get paid every other week or even once a month, instead taking jobs and making money when it's available. She says these are the families she's catering to, teaching them how to work with the money they have.
And the point is not to punish people, to say you can't participate in Angel Tree. It's really to help people, because people that are in difficult situations that can't get presents for their kids sometimes need help with budgeting, they need help with finding resources.
She says the goal is to get these families focusing on their money habits so they're able to manage their finances on their own and no longer need the support of the rescue mission. From talking about credit to wants versus needs and cutting out spending leaks, she says the first class proved to be a big success. Now, as I mentioned, there's one class each month. This month is taking place on Saturday, and they want to let families know that childcare is included. So if you do need childcare, go ahead, call ahead and make a reservation for that course. Jen and Patrick.
Erin, this is just one of the changes. Are there others that parents need to know about?
Yeah, another change is a limit that the parents can be involved in this Angel Tree program. So they've put a 3-year limit on that, and their goal is by using these courses to help parents learn to manage their money, they can be more self-sufficient, and by that 3-year limit, they'll be able to afford many of these gifts, many of these necessities on their own.
All right, Erin Brookshire live for us in Roanoke this morning. Erin, thanks.
Thank you.
New this morning, teachers can get free tickets to this year's Floyd Fest. It's part of the new Floyd Fest for Faculty program. Floyd Fest is offering every full-time K-12 teacher in the counties of Floyd, Patrick, Franklin, Carroll, Montgomery, and Roanoke, and the cities of Roanoke and Salem, the opportunity to receive one single-day ticket. The concert series is July 25th through the 29th this year. Only 500 tickets will be given away, and all submissions must be postmarked on April 17th. Now that's the key. It cannot be any earlier or any later than Tuesday. You'll find the address and the info you need to send in this story on WSLS.com.
5:07 now. This year, 2 local men were honored as Red Cross Good Samaritan heroes. Today, we introduce you to the second, a man who is a Virginia National Guard Brigadier General and Harris Corporation employee. Lapte Flora gives back to the community in many ways, including sharing his story to inspire the next generation. We followed along as he spoke to local 7th graders about immigrating to the U.S. from Vietnam. He says success is about hard work.
It's not about your natural ability that you're born in this country, able to speak English, and then you're able to do this. It's not all the natural ability. It's how much you want to put forward. The effort is all about effort.
Coming up tonight on 10 News at 6, the many other ways Flora gives back that make him a Good Samaritan hero.
In What's News today at 5:08, the Kiwanis Club holds an awards program recognizing first responders in Roanoke and Roanoke County. 4 people will be recognized at the noon luncheon.
Today is National Go Orange Day. VDOT's encouraging everyone to wear orange in support of work zone safety. Last year, there were more than 2,600 work zone crashes, resulting in 1,300 injuries and 12 deaths, and I've got my orange tie on for it.
I was going to wear orange, but I don't have anything orange that fits.
Good excuse.
Facebook is taking steps to find cases of unauthorized data abuse and offering rewards. The social media network is launching a data abuse bounty program to reward people who report any misuse of data by app developers. The company will pay $500 to $40,000 or more for big data abuse discoveries. Now, this comes in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. This is the first program of its kind in social media. Facebook execs say it will help the company find data abuses not tied to security vulnerability. The company's bug and data abuse bounty team will vet all legitimate cases, investigate, and then Facebook will decide what action to take. Now, Mark Zuckerberg testified for hours on Capitol Hill about Facebook. We'll have that story coming up in our next half hour. Watching that yesterday was interesting.
Yes, it was.
The back and forth.
And we'll see more of it today as he testifies yet again. Well, it appears Americans are going to pay more at the pump this summer. The U.S. government estimates gas prices will be 14% higher than last year. This will make the average for a gallon of gas cost about $2.54. The price hikes are being blamed by the rise in global oil prices. Brent crude is now sitting at around $71 a barrel, its highest price in more than 3 years. AAA says the average price for a gallon of gas currently stands at $2.66. Prices are even higher on the West Coast. In California, you'll pay $3.52 a gallon. Makes our $2.39 not sound so bad, doesn't it?
There are lots of reasons I'm glad I don't live in California. This would be one of them.
Absolutely. Except they've probably had some better weather here over the past several days, but thankfully ours, Jonathan teased us with this, it's going to get better. Jonathan, tell us about it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and we need it as well. Temperatures today going to get back into the upper 50s and low 60s. We are cool and quiet now. Temperatures, again, going to respond to a lot of sunshine. Here's a live look in Roanoke with our airport Skycam from the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport. Again, temperatures going to respond to sunshine. That's going to push temperatures now that are in the 30s and 40s back into the 50s and 60s. We're at 38 now in Lynchburg. Good morning in South Boston. We are at 40 degrees.